Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Abdullah Khaled, and today I will be making an update on what I did today and how I'm progressing my goals. So today was very calm compared to most other days, which was very nice. It provided a lot of rest and a lot of time for me to become productive. So I had a meeting today with my internship, and I got to talk to my mentors, and that was really nice. We got a little bit more direction on the projects that we had. And now that finals are over and school is going on a break for a month, I'll have a lot more time to work on that. And so one of the things that I want to do to progress that is take a course that one of my other mentors from my own independent thing suggested to me for AI and making an app and all that kind of cool stuff, because that seems like something that could have a lot of payoff later on, and it's kind of directly related to what I want to do. So that'd be nice to get some better foundational skills on. And after that, I worked on some personal statements and just tailoring my resume for a couple of applications because with the new year, lots of new applications are starting, especially for summer programs. And so I want to prepare myself as much as possible for those and get ready for having a good summer and a good productive summer at that. In terms of my physical progress, I started a challenge to do a lot of push ups, sit ups, and pull ups every day. Right now, I have it set at 500 sit ups, 300 push ups, and 50 pull ups. And they're all spread out at the day, so it's not like one crazy long set. But I think it's a good way to help build up the baseline that I need for different things like the PFA or just generally being more healthy. Cardio is definitely something that I'm still needing to work on, so I took some steps towards that today, quite literally. But I do think that it's something that I need to work on and improve and make it more consistent since I realize that one of my main problems right now is consistency. But I think I've been addressing that pretty well since I've been using a lot more apps and tools to help track myself. Like I have a app for tracking my macros, an app for tracking my task, my calendar, an app for tracking my workouts. I think having a lot of those kind of systems in place really helps me personally, and it might be something that I suggest to other people who are in the same kind of predicament where they have these kind of big ideas but they don't know how to get started on them. On top of that, I've also been just trying to figure out how I can spend the rest of my break comfortably, but also still working on my goals because there's going to be a couple of trips happening here and there. And so I want to make sure that I am adequately prepared for that and I'm not just regressing as soon as I just leave the house. And then I also want to see if I can go back to school and maybe talk to some of my teachers. I don't know how exactly it's going to work given like the security and stuff there, but I'd like to ask and see around because I do want to talk to a couple of my teachers and just catch up with them because I think that'd be nice and I'd like to show them how far I've been able to go with their help and show them the direction that I'm headed in. So that's nice. Other than that, not much has really happened. So more stuff that I plan to do would just be more of the same, like preparing for these applications. One thing I do want to study for though is the AFOQT. I'm scheduled to take that on January 6th. So I want to make sure that I'm as prepared for that as possible. I do have a textbook that someone very graciously gave me. So I want to make sure I'm taking every advantage of that and using that. And I'll also begin reviewing the syllabuses for my classes that I'll have next semester. That way I can study on them and have an advantage going in ahead of time rather than going in blind and not knowing what's happening for the first couple of days. So, in terms of my goals, I think I'm making some very slow but steady progress, and I would hope to quickly ramp it up in the next coming days. But until next time, goodbye.